Come on, babe. It's all right. Good afternoon, everybody, on this fine Sunday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to another episode, another live of Grown Folk Talk. Just doing a few last minute touches, a little behind the scene maintenance. Don't worry about that. Y'all come on in. As always, I want to thank everybody who's been rocking with me. Thank everybody who pulling up on me, who will be pulling up on me. Shout out to my husband for helping me with everything, all things technical. My little engineer, producer, manager. He wears many hats. So shout out to Ghetto Talk. Shout out to the Do Better podcast with Theo Coop. Everybody already know that's my big brother, and I appreciate him for all of the free game, all the love, all the subs, everything, all the support. Thank you to my YouTube family, Smoke and Talk, Mona D, Eric Jordan, Derek Gaines, Big Lim, my mother-in-law, EJ Chappelle. She's been supporting the channel hard. I appreciate that. To all my ninja watchers, to people who watch and don't leave comments, thank you to everybody. Oh, I feel so bad now to start naming names, and now I'm thinking of other people. Like, I don't want nobody to feel left out, but you know how it is when you go live. Sometimes, you just things, it's live. So as we go on, I'll continue Dale Day. I'll continue to give thanks. Almond Eyes, Melanin A1. So many people who've just been rocking with me. TP. I know you always watch my videos, leave me a comment, so I appreciate that. But yep, 3 o'clock every Sunday, I'll be going live to just kick it with everybody and talk about some grown folk things that's going on. I know everybody. One of the biggest things for this week was the brawl down south. I didn't want to touch on it because I'm trying to stay in YouTube good graces, if you know what I'm saying. I ain't got no time to piss YouTube off, I do want to eventually merge into being a full-time content creator. So, some topics is just not YouTube friendly, it just is what it is. So, as always, another little fun thing I've been doing that I want to keep on doing is showing some throwback pics. I know by a lot of you knowing me from my brother, some of you are, just curious about our family dynamics. So I got a couple throwbacks for y'all. So, I don't know. I'm so indifferent. I don't like waiting because I'm so impatient. That's one of my biggest flaws. I'm impatient. So for me, when I jump in somebody live, I'm like, let's go. Forget waiting on other people. It could be just me and that person. I'm ready to go. But I see that that's not across the board. Most people wait for more people to pull up. So with that being said, I'm going to do my throwbacks. I'm put up a throwback pic and just kind of chop it up and wait on more people to come. Like I said, I appreciate people's time. So I'm not a fan of doing that, but that's just how it goes, right? Gotta wait for people to come in. So while we wait on that, let me throw a oh shoot, let me just do it this way. All right, here we go. So this is my father, Big Coop, Big Theo, and me, 5th grade B. That's the 5th grade graduation. So that's what you're looking at, me and my father. I know a lot of people, we've been trying to get our dad on. Every time we talk to our dad, every time we you need to come on. Theo's been talking about you. You need to come, get in the live, share some of your wisdom, your expertise. He always act like he, I guess, live some crazy life and somebody looking for him and he worried about somebody. See, he old school. He's 63. So YouTube is unfamiliar territory when it comes to content creating. So my dad shies away from the camera like crazy. But hey, the more he hear about how good Theo doing, he kind of like, well, maybe I should look at that YouTube stuff y'all be talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so that's my dad. He actually came over yesterday. My dad and Theo came over yesterday and we all kicked it for a minute. My dad's been into real estate, I'm gonna say at least maybe about 30 years or more. somewhere around 30 years. So my dad's been buying and flipping houses for forever. So he came over to peer pressure me. Came to pressure you, girl. He came over to pressure me about getting my real estate license. I guess he had his at some point. But anyway, he just came to, chop it up about some business ventures as he taps into being a senior citizen. He want to kind of talk about the properties we would inherit and, different business moves. My dad always kind of wanted us all to go in business together, and it's looking like real estate is going to be it. We all own a house or two. My dad owned the most houses between the three of us. So that's just a little background on my dad. But my dad was an IT guy. He was a programmer. And I hate the stereotype, but if you look at the picture, you can kind of tell, right? Look at him. He was definitely a suit and tie type of guy back in the day. Not so much now. Now he don't give a damn. But yeah, so this is definitely a throwback. I'm going to say mid-90s. I'm going to say this picture was. I know for a fact this is my 5th grade graduation. So yeah. And I got one more throwback as I just wait for a few more people to come in. And then we're going to react to a video I did before I actually, so I kind of been content creating for years without officially content creating. I've always been the type of person that like empathize with people, and at a young age I knew about our plight. As I've gotten older, I've learned more, but I've always been the type of person who just stood for what was right. And so I made a video, which y'all gonna see. I did a throwback, so it's a throwback video from a few years ago. That's gonna be the first video. It's like 5 minutes. Me in the car, raw, no makeup, just got off a night shift. So we're gonna do that one first. And then, 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. All right, sorry about that. Had to holler at my producer about something. Okay, so yeah, I made a video and I got some flack for it. I think I made it in 2017, and a year or two later, certain people saw it, and I had a little drama behind it. You can't say nothing about women, boy, I tell you. So even before I was on YouTube content creating, like trying to be official, monetized, I would do little videos here and there. I actually got a short on my channel that I put up before, I did it, but it wasn't when I was monetized and trying to be like professional with it. So I've been making videos. I just never really committed to it. And, under the whole monetization, YouTube partnership program, that sort of thing. But anyway, so that's the first video we're going to react to, a throwback of mine. And then I got my main event, so to speak. It's a brother. Oh, I thought I wrote his name down because I want to give credit. Noah, I think it's Noah Davis. I'm going to look at it because I want to because he's a content creator. And I found him, and it's an interesting topic about like simping and simp/stepfather, that fine line, and kind of like doing you with your life versus what other people say. People say you shouldn't be a stepfather. I'm a step parent, so I feel like I'm qualified to speak on it. But my views have changed on that subject, so I just want to go through it. We're going to give commentary and critique that. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my second throwback photo. And I'm going to leave that up for a minute. Try to give a few minutes for people to pull up. And then we're going to keep it moving. Y'all know we're not going to be here long. I got to cook dinner. Y'all ain't going to believe I just finished cleaning up my kitchen. Got a late start. Loading the dishwasher and everything. I went to the fruit market. Like I be doing stuff. I try my best to take, care of my family. Make sure everybody eating right. That sort of thing. So I had to run a few errands this morning. Check in on a friend of mine. And yeah, so we ain't gonna be here long because I gotta cook dinner. I got stuff I gotta do. Husband gotta go to work tomorrow, work week. Gotta get everything popping for that, for my, my real life. All right, so second throwback. This throwback here is a young B and a young Theo. And we are at my father's job. I believe he was working for the Detroit Department of Transportation at this time. And these are a bunch of his co-workers, so I'm assuming my father took the photo. But I know a lot of y'all kind of want to get glimpses of my brother, my dad, that sort of thing. And I don't mind doing this. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. So, you know, this is where we at with that. Shout out to Almond Eyes in the building. Appreciate you, sis. So yeah, this is the second throwback. Me and my brother back in the day. Same mother, same father. So we happen to be pretty tight. We do have a younger brother. If you got more than one sibling, you already know you're gonna be closer to some siblings than others. It ain't no shade. It is what it is. If there's a 4-year difference with me and my younger brother. So I'm gonna find a picture of him for next week. Bring him in the mix. I don't want to seem like he the black sheep or nothing. But I know a lot of y'all know me from Theo, so that's what that's about. As far as me pulling pictures with me and him. But yeah, it's been a crazy week this week. From everything, just like a recap of everything. The brawl down south, I had touched on that. A lot of people was loving it. I wasn't mad about nothing other than me hearing that some of our people getting charged. I wasn't feeling that. But other than that, it's nothing like seeing the brothers and sisters unify, and come together when faced with adversity. So I ain't mad at nobody about that one. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Like I said, I'm kind of impatient, and I hate when I go to somebody live and we gotta sit and wait on other people. It is what it is. I know. I'm just not a fan of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving. I'm gonna go to my first clip. Like I said, my first clip is me reacting. I recently just came back to the country. Actually, I recently got back here, and just to keep it real with y'all, this video was based upon a somebody I know closely. Now I didn't, say names or nothing like that, but it just really pisses me off and upsets me when women dog out good men. And y'all know, like, it's like they say that the good dudes get the bad baby mamas and the good women get the bad baby daddies. And I just feel like some people get with people, and I'm not in a position to say what a person deserves, but I just think some people just do people wrong. Can we say that?
And you know this, man.
And I just feel like sometimes people just F over people, just dog them out, do them any kind of way. And a situation was brought to my attention, so I tried to make a video to shame the young lady and to just kind of bring some awareness to the person. But a lot of our people ain't got no self-esteem. They just take and deal with whatever. Sometimes men just want to settle down. They have a baby with a woman, and they go ahead and settle down with her knowing good and damn well they're not being treated right. And I know this works both ways, but in this particular video, just to give some context, I'm talking about, a case where a man is doing any and everything he can, and he's just getting shitted on. So let's go ahead and get into that. Hello, good morning. I just got off work. Don't worry about how I look. This is a very important message. It is 2017 and you about to lose your man, a good man. And you want to know why? Because you have problems. We all have problems as black people. I know other races do too, but I got to focus on black people. Look, you got to learn to love your man for who he is and what he doing. I'm talking about a good man. I ain't talking about all these whatever. Today is about the good men. The men who out here trying. You gonna dog your man out because he make $15 an hour? For real? You don't even work. And if that's how your household set up, that's fine if you're a housewife. But the point is, your man is trying. He's out here doing something. He's struggling trying to take care of y'all, but then you want to turn your nose down on it because it ain't what you see on TV basketball wise. Encourage your man in a positive way. Don't tell him you ain't nothing. You don't make no money. All you make is $15 an hour. Baby, I know you working hard on your job, but I just think this commercial on TV, I know you've been talking about going back to school. Maybe he not in his career right now. Encourage him. This is so powerful. And we use it to hurt each other, especially our men, because physically we can't battle with them. Stop using this to destroy your man and use it to uplift your man. Speak life into your man. You disrespectful to your man. The kid's disrespectful to him. Your man, your husband, whatever. Should be husband, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He taking care of you, your kid that ain't even his. You ain't even got enough sense to teach your child to respect this man. And now you about to lose him Because what's the ratio? I know y'all know the ratio better than I do. How many women back there, good women, who will appreciate him, who might be like, you ain't got to work. I'll hold it down. You know what I'm saying? You can't cook. You don't clean. These men getting off work cleaning, getting off work cooking. Your man got to go eat McDeath on lunch. Why you can't make your man a lunch? He need to be eating fruits and vegetables. Take care of your man. He a king, right? Y'all all on Facebook, my king, my king. Kings don't eat McDonald's, baby. That's peasant food. It ain't even real. All that fast food. Take care of your man. You supposed to be handling business, and I ain't talking about in the bedroom. Your man come home, you want to throw the kids on him. Okay, you tired, you got a new baby, you been at home with the baby all day. Give your man time to get in and get his mind right. Give him an hour to an hour and a half. Let the kids come in, say hi to daddy, then let daddy go unwind. You keep the kids on locked in after about an hour and a half. Okay, baby girl wanted to show you her little project. Come on, baby, little boo-boo, show daddy what you want to show him. He get a few minutes. Give him, you got a new baby, you want to run to the store or something as soon as he get in. Give him an hour to unwind. Okay, it's getting late. He ain't came to get the baby. Look, baby, I'm about to run to the store. She fed, she changed. Little boo-boo should be good while I run to Walmart right quick. Give him a clean baby that smell good. Don't nobody want no dirty stinking baby. Not even the daddies. We don't even want to deal with it. Y'all get what I'm saying? You got a good man who out here trying, and you use this to knock him, and he out here trying. So what? He ain't in his career yet and he working a job. Okay, he'll get there. What you contributing? Okay, you a housewife. Your man said you ain't got to work. But still, you're going to lose your man in 2017 because you don't know how to act. Shut up. Deal with whatever is going on with you in your life. Your mama, your daddy, they left. Grandma raised you, whatever. We all got problems. Don't you know it's war out here? When these black men leave these houses, leave the house to get in their car, they going to war. It ain't no cakewalk out here for them. It ain't no cakewalk for us. We got to pray. We got to be worried about what's going to happen when we go out here. The last thing he needs to do is come home and war and battle with you. You supposed to be his wife, a silent, loving woman. And it took me a long time. I've been married over 10 years. This ain't come overnight, but I had to learn that. Speak life into your man. Feed your man life. Your man need to be eating fruits and vegetables. He need to be eating healthy. What is this garbage you serving him? Then you can't cook and clean. Yes, you can. You just don't want to. If you can read, you can cook. If your man like burgers and fries, you should be the best gourmet chef at burgers and fries. Add something on as time go along, but your man's favorite meal, you should know. A couple of days out the week minimum, yes, you should be cooking because you want your king to be healthy, right? Let me tell you something. Shut up. Women, we talk too much. Shut up. Because in 2017, you're going to lose your man. Shut your mouth. Go right now. Go right now and apologize to your man for all the chaos you done brought to his life and show him something different. Show him that you're going to love him and really be on his team and not add more crap to what he already got to deal with. Shut up. Two men talking and you in the back. This crap. Cut it. I don't care what the past generation said, did, or taught us to believe. That is garbage. And that's why they going on that side. That's why they want the ones that's this color now. Less drama, less headache. We all got the same breast, booty, all that, some bigger, some smaller. But at the end of the day, you his help me. Man, woman, then the children. You do not run the house if you got a good man. Shut up. Woo. I was cooking. All right, y'all. I was cooking on that one, boy. And that was before the manosphere, before YouTube, all that. I was cooking. But yeah, just to keep it real, y'all. Like I said, that was somebody I know was in a very similar situation, and it just really pissed me off. A lot of that stuff I was saying, I'm like, this is crazy. This man working midnights and he got to get off work, take kids to school, cook dinner. He barely even getting to sleep. It was just so crazy. So I went off. I had literally just, oh my bad, y'all. I forgot to bring y'all comments up. My bad. I had literally just got off work and I was like, okay, what's up, Jermaine in the house? All right, Cincinnati, we appreciate the love, Jermaine. Okay. I was in Ohio a month or so ago. I went to the zoo. Took my kids to the Toledo Zoo over that way. All right, let's see what Almond Eyes got to say. Almond Eyes. Ooh, that's small. Let me read that from over here. I don't understand why this is hard, but then again, if he chose you operating in this manner, then it's on him. Can't expect change after you. What comment, babe? Just tell me. What's up, Big Lim in the building? Harmonized Ghetto Talk is my husband. That's who that is. Shout out to Big Lim. I appreciate your support, always rocking with me. But yeah, Ghetto Talk is my husband, manager, producer, a new age Ike Turner. That's who he is. Don't pay me no mind, Harmonized. I just be messing with him. He ain't beating on me. Don't worry about it. But anyway, so yeah, that video was based on someone's real life. You know, it was crazy. Appreciate you, Jermaine. Why I don't see it though? Okay, here we go. Appreciate Jermaine with this $2 super chat. We appreciate you for the collection plate. Hey, you know I ain't mad at that. Much love to the Ohio family. My husband got some Ohio roots also. But you know, Michigan, Ohio so close. So we go to Ohio here and there. Like I said, I took my kids to the zoo for the first time. It was nice too, that Toledo Zoo y'all got out there. But yeah, so that video again was from 2017. I had just got off a midnight shift, and a family member called me about another family member. Y'all know how that go. You ain't gonna believe what's going on with such and such. His wife acting crazy. She need to get Ike Turner upside her head.
The name is mine. The name of my dad's blood.
So I just had to make a video because sometimes people just it didn't do no good. You know, at the end of the day, they still together. He's still simping for her. She's still acting a damn fool. But you know, it is what it is. You can put the information out there, but you can't make a person you know, you can't make them wake up. And some people, and that's another thing I want to touch on. Some people are so insecure. You know, some people got so much childhood trauma that they can't even realize and see their growth, their potential, and what they're worth. Let me see what Amina is talking about. She had a friend crying about that the other night. He talking about she can't cook and she doesn't want to clean. I'm like, hell, y'all, you can't be marrying folks hoping they will change. Now that one made me shut the hell up, Amina, because one of my family members said that, like, look, they married, they've been together, that's their life, it is what it is. If that man like it and wifed it, you got to back off. And I had to learn how to just let it be. But you know, as family members and people, you know, you care about people, you love them, and you hate to see people being hurt and abused and taken advantage of. So I used to speak up, as y'all can tell, I'm outspoken, right? So a lot of times I would try to encourage the individual, like, you know, you a nice looking man, you could get another woman. Not saying that I wanted him to divorce, but I could just tell it was a self-esteem issue. And sometimes it comes from the generation before. Some people, let's say they daddy left them and wasn't around, so they may stay with a chick that's abusive because they scared they don't want to leave their kid. You know, it's a lot of different dynamics to all of this. So that's a good segue into the main event. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the main event up on the screen. I gotta find. I wanna pull the brother's name. I just want to give credit where credit is due. On this brother whose channel this is, where I got this from. Damn it! I thought I had pulled it up already. Now I gotta go back and find it. Shit, cause that show ain't his name. All right, I know his first name is Noah. I gotta find. Oh, it's right here. It ain't Noah, it's Joel. I'm tripping where I get Noah from. Anyway, Joel Davis Media Network. Now I just got hip to this brother's channel, but I enjoyed the content. I enjoyed the topic. So let me expose myself for a minute. So I was one of them people when Kevin Samuels came out and started talking. After I got past the initial shock, I was one of them people who kind of like, I guess, took everything he said and kind of ran with it. Specifically, the teachings he said about being a step parent. And one thing I had to learn about Kevin Samuels, as much as I love KS, don't get this wrong what I'm finna say. KS had a lot of stats and data, but he also had opinions. Like his opinion was Kelly Rowland was a 10 and Beyonce was an 8, right? Some people don't agree with that. So that's just an example. And I had to learn that Kevin Samuels' opinion was just that. And that don't have to be my opinion. I started like feeling a type of way about being a step parent, and I became vocal about it. I started being like, well, he right. What's the benefit of being a step parent? What does it benefit me if y'all, watch Kevin Samuels content? So I started taking that approach to it and actually becoming kind of bitter because I'm like, well, if men can talk stuff about women having kids, I could talk stuff about men having, kids by multiple women. And I can, but I ain't here to like knock nobody. We all made mistakes. But I had to learn that that was Kevin's opinion based on Kevin's situation. My situation with my stepkids wasn't the same as Kevin's. And I don't remember him ever even getting into specifics. But I had to learn that that's Kevin's opinion. Just like I got an opinion about fake hair and nails and lashes. Like that's my opinion. That don't mean you wrong for wearing it, even though men say they don't like it. So if you want a man, you should listen. But anyway, you'll get the point. An opinion. So this brother is a step parent. And so he talks about that dynamic between simping and being a stepfather and how everybody's situation is different. And some people are okay depending on, if the father's in the life, whatever. It's a lot of variables to this. But once you start getting 30, 35, 40, you start to look at life differently and you look at things differently. And sometimes certain things you just don't mind. You're not as passionate about certain things. So I'm going to go ahead and get this brother going. This is my main video. So after this video, we'll be done. I'm going to interject here and there, but we're just going to let him flow. I actually enjoyed this. So here we go. Joel Davis Media Network.
Today's subject, if you see here about marriage, men don't be a simping stepdad in your marriage. Now, the reason why I'm doing this topic, because lately I've been hearing a lot of men talking shit about being a stepfather. A lot of men have been saying in the manosphere that you should not be a stepfather to a woman unless she is a divorcee and the real father is in the picture, or if the real father is not in the picture and she was just married to that one man due to death or due to the fact of the matter that man was just lousy. Now, a lot of men have also said that being a stepfather to just random women's children does nothing for your legacy. And I'm here to tell you my thoughts on it, my experience currently as a stepfather, because I'm not going to lie. I'm always been 300 with you guys. My situation of being a stepfather is kind of different. The reason why I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this, especially the manosphere about being married, is because I told y'all even in my documentary that I can't have children because of an accident that happened to me when I was a kid. Now, with that being said, my wife that I'm married to now, she had some misgivings in her life. She did everything right. She married before Carrie, all that good stuff. But she chose a man that was very shitty. And I'm just going to leave it at that because, I don't like to too much put my personal business out there like that. And because of the situation that she wound up being in, that was not her fault due to her own. She did everything that a woman is supposed to do traditionally. I analyzed the situation and I decided to step in because of those purposes. Now, I have told her this, and when I'm telling you this is no shock. If I could have children, and if I could have children of my own, then I probably would never have been a stepfather. That's just facts. It's just being real about it. I'm never going to lie about it. I'm just 3,000 about it, because in my mind, I would have been thinking about I need to create my own legacy. But because medically I can't, this is my somewhat of me giving back, of giving some type of child some type of love. But there are some men out here who are being simped in the stepfather land. And that's what we're talking about. When I'm saying being simped, I'm talking
Hey, we agree with you, Harmonized.
about you're buying your stepchildren's approval so you can be able to stay in bed or involved with your wife. A lot of fake alphas and betas do this shit. Now, here's the thing. When you in a situation like this, these are the type of women who do not stand up for the men they marry. These are the type of the women who like to control the narrative. Okay? They're not traditional. A lot of them are modern women. These are the women every time that you are trying to discipline a child for disrespecting you, they want to step in and put their 2 cents in a heartbeat. I got this. This is, and they always love to throw, that's my child. That is my child. Even though you are in the bill of this stepchild, they will always put in your face, it's my child. Now, when you're dealing with women like this, these are the type of women, these modern women, they do not want to get any advice on how to show the child a manly alpha figure. Because in their mind, it's sexist. They want to show them feminism. They want to show them all of the characteristics of being a beta male where they cannot learn to be a leader. We see this all the time. That's why I tell a lot of women in my family who are single right now, or they get married to a man to help them with their children, it never works out. I ask them time and time again, did you turn over the reins of your child to be raised by that step parent that is investing in your child, since the real father is not there? And you know what they tell me every time?
Nope.
I'm not letting him discipline my children. That's my responsibility. That's my child. Okay, so since that is your responsibility and that is your child, guess what? Every time you turn around, when you get in a relationship, that dude is going to leave you. Because he's going to look at it, well then what the hell am I getting out of return? I'm getting an unruly child. You don't want to cooperate with me. I'm not getting no respect. I'm out. See,
Shout out to RBN. Appreciate you.
what women got to understand in these situations, especially if the father is not around. And a lot of you women that are in these situations didn't marry before you carry. You continue to lay down with badass dudes that was reckless. The signs was there, but you was so hot in the ass, you couldn't realize it. That it's a blessing that you got somebody who wants to be there to assist you. Because when you dealing with this type of situation, okay, that man's got a lot on his neck, and not to include that he's got children of his own. And what makes me mad about some of these women that are like this, these modern women today, they love to say, I do not want a man that has children. Okay, so you don't want a man that has children, but yet you want this man to raise your children. How unfair is that? Talk to me now. How unfair is that? Don't you think that's a little selfish? Because you want him to take on a whole new instant made family.
And I personally think that's the new cliche thing to say. Because it's so hypocritical. How can you say, I want to get with a man with no kids, but I got kids and expect him to help raise them, pay bills, play stepdaddy. I think that's crazy, but let's let him cook.
With multiple people involved. Thank you, Alvin. I appreciate it, man. And now you want him to clean up your mess because you had lousy men that you lay down with that don't want to claim the children, want to be around the children, and then you got the nerve to get into your goddamn feelings because the man is saying that he wants you to also be open-minded to his children. I don't want to be no stepmama. Okay. So you see how that sounds. You don't want to be a stepmom, but at the same time, you want him to be a stepdad to your kids. That's truly unfair. You want him to put his life on hold to create his legacy because you selfish enough that you don't want to be a part of that. I'm telling you now, these are facts. I see it all the time. I hear it all the time. Men, if you're dealing with a woman that is so selfish when you in a marriage and you are helping her with those children, they're the only father they got, and every time you suggest to try to discipline those children or raise them the right way, she's always throwing in her face that it's her kids, you have no right, I handle that, this, that, and the third. This is what you need to do. Run.
No rights. No rights, can't discipline, but you can take care of them. You can take them to school. You can buy them clothes. They can be on your insurance. I mean, the list goes on. For those of y'all that was late, I did a reaction to an old video that I had made talking about a family member going through the same exact thing. You want me to come in and financially be there and give my tutelage, raise, upbring, but I can't discipline. I have no real say, so I can't be a man unless you tell me I can be a man, and that ain't it.
Run like the wind. This is not going to end good. Telling you that now. Better run like the wind. I ain't lying. Not lying to you. You know, another thing that you also got to look at in these situations when it comes to these type of women, men, is the fact of the matter that they always want to make sure that you take care of their kids even when they're not giving you the respect that you deserve. Now this happens with a lot of these teenage kids. A lot of these teenage kids, you know, they start smelling themselves, as we call it in the old school lane. They upset with the world. You know what I'm saying? They feel like the world owns something. You know, they starting to realize that their real father was a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Wasn't never really about them like that anyway. They look at you as you got to do this for me. You got to be there for me. Thank you, Lil Raw. Appreciate it, brother. Well, let me tell you something. You ain't got to do a motherfucking thing. Alright? As a man that's married to her, your job is to protect and provide, right? You are supposed to protect her, as means making sure the children are safe in general. You are supposed to provide the basic needs, shelter, food, clothing. That means clothing within reason that you choose or you're fitting to do. And if she don't want it, participate in the amount or the thing that you choose to do for clothing, oh well. And that's it. All that going above and beyond, kissing ass, be my best friend, hold my hand, let's go to fucking damn Candyland. That's not, no. It's not it. It's not your job. That is not your goal. I have to sometimes remind that on my own stepchildren. My goal is to help raise you as a parent. That's it. I'm not here to be your best bud. Okay, so what? Your other friend gets to talk to their parent like that. You're not in their household. I'm not in their household. You're in our household. That's what a lot of you beta males won't do. You don't want to put your foot down because you're so scared the girl gonna walk out the door. Well, let me ask you something. When you're doing a job like this, when you're giving yourself like this, and she has a history of where people have stepped in and wouldn't even step in at all to help her, just got the ass and kept on going, but you made an honest woman, you gave her your last name, guess what? If she leaves, at the end of the day, she's the one looking like a jackass. Because when those children get older, she's going to be old, bitter, and pissed off because she had an opportunity to make it work. Because she had a program that she could follow, but she chose not to. See, y'all got to understand something. A lot of these women out here, these modern women, they go talk to other modern women about their situation, and these other modern women will tell them all that bullshit because they also jealous they self and miserable because they ain't got the hook up. They don't have nobody wanting to give them their last name. They don't have nobody helping them raise their kids. So you have to sometimes pull people cards, because if she's smart, she's going to understand that ain't the way to go.
And that's what I'm saying, y'all. I just had to throw this in. The same thing with my family member. Where is she gonna go? What is she gonna do? This heifer can't even drive. She's solely dependent on you. How dare you tell him when he get off work from a midnight shift that he got to get up and take your kid to school? Meanwhile, let me tell you, this brother is cooking. This brother is speaking on my family member so hard, y'all. It's to the point where when he get off work from a midnight shift, not only do he got to take your kid to school, you ain't even got her up and ready. He gotta get off work, come home, fight your sleepy kid to get up, get dressed, get your hair. We talking teenagers, like he said, to get in the car and take you to school, and you got an attitude and you allow that? Man, let's keep going.
I'm giving you that real. I seen a clip on Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Woman said that she had 3 kids and she could get any high value man she want. They always checking for her. And I laugh at that because I agree with Kevin Samuels with a lot of his sentiments. I mean, Kevin packaged stuff a little bit more nice and, more sophisticated. And that's cool. That's what Kevin does. I'm going to give it to you that real. A high value dude that these women love to scream out. Because modern women love saying that shit. High value, high value. High value men not looking for being no stepfather. They're not. These high value men y'all women be searching for that's making $250,000.
Just so you know, dinner's ready.
Okay. They're not trying to do that. If you look at these guys that make that kind of money, millionaires, billionaires, they always going after these women who are younger and prepared to make children. Okay? They're not checking for the 35, the 45, or in some cases 50-year-old mom who thinks she's a MILF with 3 kids and a whole bunch of bills and liabilities. They're not. If you don't believe me, look at the women that these millionaires be selecting.
RBN it's my male family member, and so the woman is married into the family, and it's almost like talking to family as far as people whispering behind. I mean, we done told him to his face, but it's one of them things where it's over the top. It's just like you could see it aging the brother. You know what I mean? You could see the stress on him. One income household. He done even sat her down, made her a housewife, taking care of your child. He done put 3 in her. So now it's to the point where it's like you can't get no respect. You ain't got no peace in your home. She running you. You working midnights and I know you work midnights, RBN. I've worked midnights. So for me, you know about that midnight life. You ain't try. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. If you can feel what I'm saying. Don't nobody want to do nothing after they get off work at night except whatever it is they want to do. Go straight to bed, bathe, eat, whatever. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so that's why I like hearing it from this man, because I'm like, I know I'm not crazy, but I'm telling the family member, but they so brainwashed and downtrodden. Well, for one, hey, she's sexing him. You know what I'm saying? Very inexperienced with women. And then for two, like I was talking about earlier, a lot of the time it's trauma, different things that happen to the person that would even make them accept this. Because, I mean, common sense, right? Even I work, my husband worked, but I still cook, clean, wash clothes, all the basic stuff, right? So a woman who don't work, you would think her man wouldn't really be lifting a finger around the household and the kids stuff, because her only job is the home as opposed to the home and earning an income. So for me, I don't understand it, but it's so far gone. It's one of them things where we don't even really say nothing. It's just, I mean, it's really, really bad. And that's why I like this video, because the brother is he's unmuddying the waters. He's not blurring the lines. There's a difference between being a stepfather and a simp. And I think the two have been merged with the the manosphere, and he's just kind of saying, it all depends on your situation. But if you go down there, letting your nuts hang, letting everybody know who's running things, it shouldn't be no problem with a woman who got some sense. But in my family member's case, the woman is older and she's running stuff over there, and to my family member's own detriment.
Look at the women these millionaires be selecting. Okay, look at let's see one example. Not Jeff Bezos. Yeah, Jeff Bezos. I think Jeff Bezos. He got him a young one. It's another man that had a young one. Jeez, there's a lot of people that get younger women. I think it was Brad Pitt. I think he's dating a younger woman. I mean, a lot of these actors, yeah, Elon Musk, yeah, all of these guys, they get younger women. They don't get these MILFs that they talk about. And these women be killing me when they say, oh, well, one man won't do, another man will. Okay, temporarily. But then you're going to be used for recreational purposes. Then you're going to get into your feelings because you're like, well, why every time he come over, he just want to bend me over and work me out for fucking 10, 15 minutes or an hour and then bounce? Well, you getting the facts. Men like a return on their investment. An ROI. High value men like a return in their investment. They like to leave a legacy behind that can be carried on. Most guys that are average, like myself, a lot of us like to just leave a legacy. Create the legacy. If it gets carried on, fantastic. If it don't, whatever. But when you trying to go with these high value men that y'all women like to say, these 6 figures, nah, they ain't do that. They ain't trying to do that. Because they looking at, I want to build an empire. Can't build no empire with somebody who's already got, 4 kids with 3 different baby daddies, Her old eggs are fried and nothing else you can do about it. Can't even do surrogate nothing. But see, Miss Twin Cryer, you probably did it the right way. I'm talking about women who are out here Twin Cryer. I'm talking about women who are out here that didn't marry before they carried and was reckless. I'm talking about the baby mama syndrome. I'm not talking about you because I know you did things the right way. I'm not talking about the divorce or the spouses. You must have just came on the end of it. Or you must have didn't come at the beginning of the screen. I didn't say. I said for the divorce. I'm not talking about the divorce or the widow. The one that did it right. With that had children with the same men and kept it a buck and kept it together. I'm talking about these women who are out here being loose as a goose. That's what we're talking about. The ones that don't want to marry, that just want to lay down, create children, and just do a whole bunch of bullshit. And then when they get older, because they didn't never marry before they carried, they didn't marry any of these men. They just kept getting engaged and kept getting engaged and kept getting engaged and kept breaking it off or kept walking away. And now they're to the point that they got all these children and they want someone to just come in and be Superman. I'm not talking about the situation you got. There's a difference. I'm talking about the fucked up women in America today, the modern women. You're not a modern woman, Miss Twin. You traditional. Yeah, so it's not you. I'm talking about these women who are not traditional. I'm talking about the modern crazy women that was coming up behind the generation X, the millennials on down. You know who you are, the fool ones. That's what I'm talking about. Because this conversation need to be had. Because a lot of these women are now, that finally did get to the point, the modern women that did get married, and now they're working on marriage number, the 2, 3, or 4, and they had kids before they ever got married and to begin with different baby fathers and all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Because see, back in the day, like I said before, in our great grandparents' time and grandparents' time, tradition was it. But see, America has fucked up tradition. America has created the modern woman where they done told her you don't need no man, you can work 2 jobs, or you can work by yourself, get a career, and oh yeah, you can have as much sex with guys just like guys have sex with women. Don't work that way.
Hey y'all, I'm guilty. I used to think I ain't need a man. I used to think that I could do it by myself, all of that. It took me some time to realize that I had a good man, because I know it's, they say it ain't a lot of good men out here, whatever, but I was being brainwashed by this too. I thought, especially when I got that little career, you couldn't tell me nothing. I had a big head too, but I had to humble myself and realize that it wasn't just about me or no finances. Being married, committed to a person, having a family is more than just money. Money is a big factor, but it's more than that. And I had to think about my son at the time. We just had the one, and I had to think about my partner. Sometimes people don't even think about their partner. People so selfish. All they think about is their pleasures. And I'm going to say more so women. I know men could be selfish too, but sometimes we just think about what we want, how we should be treated, how we feel, as opposed to thinking about the other person. So I've grown a lot. I'm telling you, what he's saying, this is so true. They poison us with that. Let me tell you, when I was in school, when I was in nursing school, one of my instructors told us flat out, she was married, but she said, if you in a relationship with a man right now, boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever, if he ain't treating you right and you don't like him, that's okay. Keep using him. If he give you $2 for lunch every day, you take them $2. Once you finish and get your nursing license, then leave him. Now, this is a married sister. Now, I'm not saying everybody's situation wasn't messed up. I don't know. I don't think nobody was getting abused on no Ike Turner stuff, getting knocked upside their head. But this is what they teach us. Meanwhile, she was married. But she told people that while I was in school. And I know at least one girl who did it. She left her husband after she got her nursing license. So what he's saying is all facts.
Then here you are, you're a used vehicle. You're a used vehicle at best. And I say a used vehicle at best, I'm talking about one that is $10,000 that you know that it ain't gonna last the whole full 5 years. You may get 2.5 at best out of it. You gotta be real with these. You gotta be real, man. You gotta be real. And it's sad that a lot of y'all women out here still are blinded by this fairy tale that men are just going to step up and do that and clean up your mistake. And the women that live in this fairy tale like this, that's why they grow up to be bitter, and they tell other women that's in behind them to do the same thing. Don't get married, girl. You got plenty of time, and this, that, and the third. Keep having them babies. It's fine. Somebody will take care of it, help you one day. You valuable, girl. Okay, that's fine. But then when you do find somebody like that, then you don't want to cooperate. When he said, well, I want to help you raise the kids, let's discipline this way. They my kids. So which one is it? Are you going to comply and let someone step in and help you out? Or are you going to be a statistic so that way keep on going on with the cycle where your children experience the same thing you're experiencing, failed marriages, possibly a failed career, and there's things of that nature? Talk to me now. You got to break it up sometime. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and getting a different result. You're not going to get it. You're not. And it hurts my heart. And I see this a lot. I see this a lot, especially in the black community. I see more black women, especially, will go out here and talk about they want a man, and they find one that will put it all on the line and be there and try to help them raise their sons or their daughters that they done had with all these no good baby daddies, they like to put it, because the only thing they getting is child support at best, if that. And the dude step in and he's trying to show discipline. He's a stand-up guy. You don't like it. He talks too rough to the kids. He got too much bass in his voice. Okay?
Hey y'all, I'm laughing because this is so true. And I know I've been there because I got 2 boys. And there's times where, like my first son, I call that the trial run. I still say I owe him to this day because I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. But when my husband would discipline him, I would try to interfere with that. And he had to tell me, like, you're going to make him bitch made. You need to stop. So by the time we got to our second son, I learned. His tone, when it came to discipline, I would leave out the house. I would leave out the room or leave out the house because I didn't want to interfere. I didn't want my son to be effeminate, but it was difficult for me to take that. Now, all these years later, I'm like, yeah, get him. You need to get him. Go upside his head. But it's so true. Again, for those of you that were late, I played a clip that I did speaking about this same topic, but specifically a family member of mine who's going through the same thing this man is talking about. He did not lay down the rules when he first took on the responsibility of being a stepfather. He's not allowed to discipline her child or his own. House all the way out of order. But again, some women, myself, I was guilty. It's hard for us to sit back and let men discipline their own children because of the way that they do it. They don't do it the way we do it. It's a time for mama, little boo-boo, and it's a time for daddy to be gorilla on them. You know, that balance has to be there. So I'm loving this.
But then when he leaves and that child fails at life, because the statistic shows that children have a better shot have a better fucking shot now. Thanks for the subscription. A better shot at being in a 2-parent home. Y'all getting y'all feelings every damn time. But then you get pissed off when you see your homegirls of different ethnic groups get on board after they make their mistake, after they 1 or 2 baby daddies, and they find a good man that wants to help them out or step up to the plate. They on board. They're doing everything they can, to, even as far as create a legacy, so they can make sure that that man stays there to continue to groom and guide these children into the right direction. Y'all know I ain't lying. These are facts. The statistic shows it every time. But again, the modern women, they don't see it. They don't see it. They don't want tradition. They don't want to be raising children and guiding and preparing, especially their daughters, on how to be an amazing wife, lover, carer, any of that stuff.
Shout out to RBN. I completely agree with you. It's so out of control. And Janesta, we call that, my brother got a saying. He called it one and done. One and done. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You had your one baby and you done. You know, I love my children, but at times 2 little kids is a lot to handle. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
They want to compete with the husband. You're right. Raven Devious, you're right. Tradition is gone to shit. And when you bring up tradition, a lot of these women and men will bust out and tell you, it doesn't work. Or this is a new age. Yeah, I know it don't work. And it is a new age. That's why a lot of y'all are so fucked up right now. Your lives ain't together. You don't have no fucking sense of damn urgency. You're stepping into bullshit that don't make any sense. You got kids everywhere. You ain't got no discipline. You're in a marriage where you want one. Nobody don't know their role. Everybody trying to have a power struggle. No, I ain't lying.
Y'all ain't lying. That power struggle ain't no joke. Y'all notice it, and I ain't talking about people like you, Janesta. I'm talking about y'all notice that maybe in some like family members or friends, different people households where it's a power struggle. Like it can only be one man, right? It can only be one male lion for the most part. I know every now and then you might have a pack where it's 2 males, but that power struggle is real, and this is something I had to learn. Y'all know I've been married almost 20 years. I had to learn. You got to back off. And, you know what? Let's sum it up like this. In the words of the late, great Kevin Samuels, put your dick up.
I remember my great granddaddy. God bless his soul. I was able to have 12 good years with that man before he passed on. My great granddaddy was a strong alpha male. And when I say a strong alpha male, he was the type of man that you respect his decision, his program, because the shit worked. Because it was truth behind it. You know, a lot of these women today like to say, well, if you gonna tell me what to do, you're power hungry. I can't trust you. You're controlling. No, they ain't controlling, they power. It's the laws of the fucking land. If you read in the Bible, it tells you that. But I digress. I remember my grandmother wanted to purchase a living room set. He told my grandmother she had a budget that they could afford. The budget at that time was like $800. Back in the day, $800 you get a nice living room set. My grandmother went over there. I don't know what she was thinking, and saw one for $950. You're like, oh, I love it. It's got the wood everywhere. I want it. My grandfather like, My great granddaddy was like, hey, Maisie, you can't afford that. Well, I told you we got a budget. Listen, it's so beautiful, isn't it? Maisie, we can't afford that. It needs to be 800 or less. She started, I don't know, trying to make a fuss or try to make a scene. My grandfather looked at her and said with a stern voice, Maisie, we either gonna take the $800 furniture right there, or either that, we can go to the Goodwill and find you one. It's your choice. Shit. My great grandmother went up there and got that damn $650 furniture set, and we were good. That shit lasted till like I was like 20 years old. These are facts. Because my great grandfather fucking put it down like a G. He wasn't on that fuck shit. He stood up for what he believed in. He had a program. My great grandfather, when he came home from working at the mill, my great grandma, at 5 o'clock, that woman had dinner ready. Hot, ready to go. He had his dinner ready. He had his bath water set up. He had his towels waiting to go. And y'all right, that was back then when men were appreciated. Now, yeah, was my great grandfather perfect? No, he ran around a little bit. You know, he did his fucking damn man shit. But as he got older, he taught me, my little brother, and other guys around him, other young men around him, what it was like to be real stand-up men. And a lot of us took those values with us. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate it. Just trying to give game to the young people. And now I'm almost 40 years old, and I go back to those traditions. I thank God for it. That's what I try to teach everybody that I come in contact with. Because we have a generation now where parenting, and step parenting especially, is all fucked up. You got real fathers who want to step away from the children due to the fact of the matter, they don't like the fact that they lay down with a woman that was crazy as shit, but they should have thought about it first. Not to mention, turn around, you got stepfathers out here, and even some cases stepmothers, trying to freaking buy kids fucking love and loyalty, when at the end of the day, everybody doing this shit fucked up and backwards. You cannot buy respect. I'll tell you again. You cannot buy respect. That shit ain't for sale. Alright? That shit ain't like packaging that you get from Target or from fucking Walmart and shit and ready to go. You have to set the standard to where respect is demanded and earned. I'm going to say it again. You got to set the standard where the respect is demanded and earned. Now, I know a lot of you going to say, well, what do you mean demanded and earned? Let me give you an example. When you demand it by your actions. Your actions demand the respect. That means you can't be out here pussyfooting around, man. You get that respect by when you go to work every day. You get that respect by when you go up here and you are walking the walk in your marriage. You listening to what your wife got to say, and then you make a articulate leadership decision. When you go up here and you talk with your children, and even though they got their gripes and their complaint, you break it down to them about life. Life ain't designed for you to get shit that you want every damn day. Life is designed where you got to take the good with the bad and make lemonade with that son of a bitch. That's what it is. If you think I'm lying, think about what we had to went through around this time last year. People locked in their homes, couldn't do nothing. We had to make that shit work, right? We had to do the best that we could. We had to use our resources. Talk to doctors, things of that nature. This is what you got to do. But unfortunately, we don't have enough people like myself to go out here and talk to y'all guys like this. Because people scared to talk facts. Everybody wants to bullshit around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to tiptoe around the subject. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to say nothing about that. When I started this Manosphere segment, I wanted to do more than just educate men about just watching out for certain type of women and just being alphas. I started this type because I wanted to make sure there's a space where a lot of men who are married can also learn how to lead the right way. Because I don't think there's enough channels out there talking about the marriage part. We always talk about the free agent part, but we don't never talk about the marriage part. And I think that a lot of this marriage part that we don't discuss is for the men who are stuck, or not stuck, but who have chosen the rite of passage that they want to be a stepdad. Well, if you chose that, okay, here's what you're going to get. Here's the pros and the cons. This is what you got to do since you chose that route. Because once you chose that route, there's no going back. When you make a decision in life, you can't do a do-over. You gotta ride it out to the end. But a lot of these men don't do that. Now, am I out here advocating for women to continue to fuck up in the generation behind us and have men to correct it? No, I'm not. I always advocate to marry before carry. I also advocate for men who are able to produce, to find you someone with traditional values so you can produce. But this is for the men who in my situation that cannot do that. Then if you are going to do that, can't do that like I am, you got to focus on who you want to give your legacy to in raising and helping. Oh yeah, Raven. They do that, Raven. We do it all. They do that all the time now. It's the new thing, honey. That's the new thing. That is the new thing. That's how marriages work now. And the reason why that happens, Raven, because modern women, and I'm going to use that for a different discussion. I was going to talk about that tonight, but I changed my mind. A lot of modern women are stuck that marriages are supposed to be a fucking fairy tale. Well, newsflash, marriage is not a fucking fairy tale. It's not. Marriage is real life. You have the honeymoon phase, and you have reality. And a lot of people still feel like that the honeymoon phase is supposed to last forever. I hate to tell you this, but it don't. Because nothing in life is guaranteed to last forever. You are going to have hiccups. Hell, if that was the case, millionaires would never have stress. You're going to have hiccups. You just got to know how to work and navigate through it. You also got to understand that marriage is a business proposition. It's a business partnership. It's a business deal. Marriage is a business deal. I know a lot of y'all are going to be like, wait a minute. How the hell is this a business deal? Let's talk about it. Because love ain't got nothing to do with it. Let's put it that way. You know that song that Tina Turner said, what's love got to do with it? You're right. Love ain't got nothing to do with it because love don't pay the bills. Love does not create a freaking path to where you both can live comfortable, and love do not create stability to where you both can retire and focus on enjoying your golden years. Love is basically like a hobby. Okay, something that you can you can put a bonus to. Marriage is a business deal. It's a partnership. Because you got to be able to be a partner with this person for the rest of your life. That means y'all got to sit down. Y'all got to be able to gel well, figure things out, laugh, talk. That means when you get sick, he's got to look out for you. You get sick, he gets sick, you look out for him. You get sick, he look out for you, vice versa. All this fairy tale, fucking Disney bullshit, no, it doesn't work that way. That's in the movies. I'm sorry. Break your heart.
Thank you, EJ.
It don't work that way. Now I know a lot of you gonna say, well, I'm never getting married then. But it don't. Then you can do like Kevin Samuels say, buy a dog, die alone. There you go. Shit don't work that way. It don't. Get back on key about these kids. You got to know. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Financial problems always. Always. Because again, people not communicating and people picked a partner that ain't gonna do right. It's a two-way street. You know, I can't marry somebody that's always spending. That's why me and my wife get along so good. We both cheapskates. We don't like to spend a lot of money. I mean, I spend a lot of money when I got it, if I can afford to do it. But if times are tight, shit, I'm not doing it. I don't give a shit. Can't do that. See how many likes we got in the building right now. 14. Let's see if we can get to 20. I'm loving this. Y'all share this shit. We getting it in. You want to do a super chat? You can. Y'all love to share this shit. Y'all want to cash app your boy? We can. You know, I'm just trying to spit game tonight. I'm trying to give y'all the game of life, man, because y'all need to know this about these kids. Because I'm telling you, I'm hearing a lot of these content creators that are in the manosphere really talking shit about these step kids, and I'm just trying to put it out there on how to handle the situation. Because a lot of people are not looking at the people that's in it. That's why I'm trying to give y'all that game. Another thing that y'all got to understand on the step father business thing is that if you do got someone that's helping you with your kids, and even if the dad is also involved in their life, that stepdad and that stepfather have to come to an agreement. And a lot of times, a lot of y'all women allow these kids to play one against the other, because you're not sitting there talking to them about that. You need to understand something. Yeah, you got a real father, but you also got to respect the man that I'm married to, because you under his roof. See, a lot of y'all don't do that. A lot of y'all allow that shit to get out of hand. And then next thing you know, you got beef. The stepfather and the father got beef. And then your child don't want to be with you, and you get in your feelings, and you want to blame the stepdad, when all reality it's your kid playing games against you. I've seen it. I've seen it. And a lot of y'all don't address it. Y'all let it get out of hand. I'm telling you, this podcast gonna hurt some feelings on this one. I might not get that many views because this shit's gonna hurt some feelings. I don't give a shit. Cause the truth got to be told. Cause we got a lot of people ain't taking heed to these situations. Another thing that y'all got to also understand is that you also got to talk with your kids, and a lot of y'all mothers don't do that either. That you might not like the stepfather that is helping out with you in the situation, but you can at least respect them. See, this is where the difference between respect and like. People think you gotta like somebody to respect them. No, you don't. I can say right here, right now, I don't like the FBI. but I can respect them enough if they tell my ass that they got to look over my finances, and for getting audited, I ain't gonna act the fool and cause myself to be in a situation where I'm gonna lose my life. I might say that I might not like my landlord, but I respect my landlord enough. If he wants to come by and get money from me for rent, he's gonna get money from me for rent. See, that's what people got to understand. Respect is being able to get things done collectively without ruffling the other one's feathers. That's what respect is. It's like in the military, when I used to serve, there's a lot of people I didn't get along with. But when I was out there on the field, when I was out there in Iraq, it wasn't no time for, oh man, I don't like your ass, I ain't trying to help you right now. We had one mission in mind: getting our ass home. But again, we don't teach that no more to these kids. These kids are being taught entitlement is the way to go. I don't have to do this, and I don't have to listen to that. I can stand up to an adult and not respect the fact that the adult is trying to pay the way for me. And it done got to the point now, that's why you seeing a lot of single mothers struggling, and see a lot of single mothers that are not leaving with the man of their dreams. Oh, I appreciate it, Raven. Thank you. Oh, for real. That's why y'all guys got to understand. This is just not a game. So we have to learn here as content creators in the manosphere that the stepfathers that choose to be in this situation as being a step parent because of divorced or widowed, or because they can't have any kids and they just want to contribute, we have to respect that enough to where we can give them some game or some guidance to be an alpha. But this, like I said, I'm not doing this or respecting dudes that do this or be a step parent because they waited for a woman for fucking 10, 15, 20 years, or they being a stepdaddy because that's the first fine ass woman they ever been with, and they get played and they going through it right now. I ain't got time for that. That ain't for you. This comment ain't for you, because you wouldn't know what to do with this type of message anyway. Because you already fucking up. Because you being in relationships for the wrong reasons. Like I said, this is for real stand-up alphas and alphas in training who are in this situation that needs to know what's going on and how to navigate through it, so they ass don't wind up being a simp. Because there's a lot of dudes that wind up being simps in these situations. Going on, Lawrence? Glad you came through, man. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because I got to go to work in the morning.
Alright, y'all, so we all got the gist of that. I really enjoyed the brother. Like I said, he touched on stuff that I know personally of people going through it even worse. And I like that he drew the line in the sand. You can be a stepfather or a mother without being a simp and being taken advantage of. If that's your choice, you meet a woman, you want a wife, or she got a kid or 3, that's you. You just make sure you draw the line in the sand so you're not being taken advantage of. And it made me change my point of view on how I view things, because like I said, I got kind of hyped up with the manosphere content, and I'm like, well, if men could talk crap about women, we could talk stuff about them. And I don't want to be bothered with no stepkids either, but I had to realize it's different for men, because a lot of times the kid with the woman, we all know that. So now don't get me wrong, it's things that I wish that I could do differently. Like he said, you don't have to, you can buy clothes that you want. You don't have to kiss nobody's ass. So looking back on it, yes, things that I wish I would have done differently, as far as maybe not giving as much, because like he said, and I don't just mean financially, but like he said, the parents, the new spouse and the parent need to have some type of communication, and it just wasn't like that for me. But I had to learn that I don't need to regret being a step parent or talk ish about it, because there is a line, there's a difference between being a step parent and a simp. So I really enjoyed the brother Joel. So shout out to him for using his content. Thank you to everybody. Janesta, appreciate seeing you this afternoon. I'm gonna be going live every Sunday at 3 o'clock. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Shout out to my brother. I see he made it in the chat, so I'm gonna pull up this throwback so he can get a little giggle out of this one. I always usually start my lives off with a little throwback photo, waiting on everybody to come in. So I got this little throwback of us back in the day at your daddy job. So I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, for coming through. Appreciate the cash apps, the love, and the support. Like I said, every Sunday at 3 p.m. I'll catch y'all. Y'all know I'm knocking on 4K subs. My next goal is 10. Trying to hit 10K. Trying to catch up to Theo at the Do Better podcast. Trying to be like him. So I want to thank everybody for coming through, for rocking with me. And if you a step parent, ain't no shame. We're going to hold our heads up high. We're going to set these boundaries and keep it moving. We ain't going to let nobody make us feel bad or feel pressured into, jumping on bandwagons as far as what's going on, these different conversations in this content space. I'm sorry, babe. Okay, let me pull the comments back up. So, yeah, oh, Project Leroy in the building. Okay, and Pinball. That's what's up. Appreciate you, Project Leroy. Thank you for coming through. You one of them people that I feel like you just funny. Like if I met in person, my cheeks would be hurt from laughing all day. So I appreciate you. I love seeing you around in the Discord and in the chats. You and Styles Points keep a sister laughing. I appreciate that. Pinball, I want to thank you for checking in, coming in with me too. This is just my second live, so I'm still learning. I appreciate y'all for coming through. But again, I'm gonna be doing it every Sunday at 3 p.m. from now on. Just trying to step my game up, trying to work a little harder. And I feel you, Real Bravado. I feel you. We all trying to be like Theo, hardworking man on YouTube, and I appreciate him. He always, like I said, he came back yesterday, him and our dad, and gave me some free game. He's always giving out free game. I told him to be at the level he's at and to still, reach down and pull up some of us, newbies. I really appreciate him. I don't see a whole lot of people at his level giving the kind of love that he does, even helping people get monetized, So, and I'm not saying that just because he's my brother. Y'all know it. Y'all know he help everybody. So I definitely appreciate him. I thank you guys for rocking with me. Shout out to all my Detroit family, everybody who's been showing me love, support, subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys have anything, please let me know. Constructive criticism, as well as any content. Please, don't hesitate to send it my way. I want to thank you guys again for rocking with me. Look out for my next video coming out. If YouTube quit hating on me, I'm new, so I still got to, figure out exactly what I can put up and can't. But it's difficult. Y'all know how it is. You make a video and then you can't, YouTube ain't feeling it. So, again, thank you to everybody who's been here, and I will see y'all next Sunday at 3 o'clock. Appreciate y'all.